Let yourself settle into this moment. Take a deep breath and allow your body to sink into comfort. Tonight, we'll journey together through the fascinating world of psychology. You don't need to remember anything. Just let these gentle insights flow through your mind like a calm river. Allow yourself to drift as we explore the science of the human mind and behavior. Psychology is the scientific study of behavior and mental processes. Think of it as a vast library of human understanding. Every thought you've had, every feeling you've experienced, every action you've taken, all of these are part of psychology's gentle embrace. It seeks to understand the beautiful complexity of being human. The word psychology has ancient roots. It comes from two Greek words, psyche, meaning mind or soul, and logos, meaning study. Imagine ancient philosophers sitting under olive trees, wondering about the mysteries of human nature. Their curiosity flows through time to reach us tonight. Psychology has many branches, like a tree with countless limbs. There's clinical psychology, helping people heal. Cognitive psychology, exploring how we think. Social psychology, studying how we connect with others. Each branch reaches toward understanding. Each one offers its own gentle wisdom. In 1892, the American Psychological Association was born. Picture a small group of curious minds coming together. Today, it's one of the world's largest organizations for psychologists. Like seeds that grew into a mighty forest, spreading knowledge and compassion across the globe. Experimental research helps us understand cause and effect. Imagine scientists as careful gardeners. They plant conditions and observe what grows. Each experiment is like a gentle question asked of the universe, seeking truth through careful observation and patience. Surveys gather information from many people at once, like collecting raindrops to understand a storm. Each person's response adds to our understanding. Thousands of voices joining together, creating a symphony of human experience. Case studies look deeply at one person or group, like examining a single flower to understand beauty. These detailed portraits reveal the richness of individual experience. Every story matters. Every life holds wisdom worth discovering. Observational studies watch life unfold naturally, like sitting quietly by a stream, watching water flow. Researchers become invisible witnesses, seeing behavior in its natural habitat, without disturbing the gentle rhythm of daily life. Correlational studies explore how things relate to each other, like noticing how moonlight dances with ocean waves. They move together, but one doesn't cause the other. These relationships whisper secrets about the connections in our world. Patterns emerge like constellations in the night sky. Your brain contains approximately 86 billion neurons. That's more than all the stars visible to the naked eye. Each neuron is like a tiny messenger. They communicate through synapses, creating the symphony of your thoughts. This vast network makes you uniquely you. The limbic system is your emotional heart. It nestles deep within your brain like a precious jewel. This system helps regulate your emotions and form memories. Every feeling you treasure, every memory you hold dear. The limbic system helps weave these into the tapestry of your life. Your prefrontal cortex is like a wise advisor. It sits behind your forehead, making decisions and plans. This region helps you navigate social situations. Think of it as your brain's boardroom, where important choices are made with careful consideration. Neurotransmitters are chemical messengers in your brain, like letters carried between neurons. They carry signals across the tiny gaps called synapses. Each message helps create your thoughts and feelings. A constant, gentle conversation within your mind. The amygdala processes your emotions. It's especially sensitive to fear and pleasure. Think of it as your brain's security guard, always watching, always ready to keep you safe. Even as you sleep, it stands gentle watch over your dreams. Developmental psychology studies how we grow and change. From the moment we're born until we take our final breath. Like watching a flower bloom through all seasons, each stage brings its own beauty and wisdom. We are always becoming, always growing. Jean Piaget discovered 4 stages of thinking development. Like climbing stairs in a tower of understanding. First, we explore with our senses. Then we learn symbols and language. Next, we think logically about concrete things. Finally, we can think about possibilities and ideas. Erik Erikson mapped 8 stages of life. Each stage brings its own challenge, like a gentle test. From learning trust as a baby to finding wisdom in old age. Each stage is a doorway to greater understanding, a chance to grow in compassion and insight. John Bowlby taught us about attachment. Like invisible threads connecting hearts, the bonds we form in early life shape how we connect with others forever. These early relationships are like seeds that bloom into lifelong patterns of love and trust. Vygotsky introduced the zone of proximal development. Imagine a gentle space between what you can do alone and what you can do with help. This magical zone is where learning happens, where we grow with the support of others. Cognitive psychology explores how our minds work, like investigating the engine of thought. It studies perception, memory, and problem solving. Think of your mind as a vast library where information is constantly being organized and retrieved. The information processing model compares minds to computers. Information flows in, gets processed, and flows out. But unlike computers, our minds add creativity and emotion. We encode experiences, store memories, and retrieve them. Each thought is part of this beautiful, complex dance. Cognitive dissonance is mental discomfort. It happens when our beliefs clash with each other, like trying to hold two opposite magnets together. This tension motivates us to find harmony, to create consistency in our inner world. Short-term memory holds about 7 items at once, like trying to juggle a small handful of objects. Any more, and something might fall. This limitation keeps us focused on what matters most, in each precious moment of awareness. Schemas are mental frameworks, like filing cabinets in our minds. They help us organize and understand new information. Every experience finds its place in these gentle structures of meaning. Social psychology studies how others influence us. Like ripples spreading across a calm pond, the presence of others changes how we think and act. We are social beings, connected in invisible ways. Each interaction shapes who we become. The bystander effect shows how groups can create inaction. When many people are present, each person assumes someone else will help. It's like everyone waiting for the first person to move. Understanding this helps us become more compassionate, more willing to be the one who reaches out. Solomon Asch studied conformity with simple line experiments. People would agree with obviously wrong answers, just to fit in with the group. This shows the powerful pull of belonging and why independent thinking requires courage. The fundamental attribution error is a thinking pattern. We blame others' actions on their personality, but we blame our own actions on circumstances, like seeing others through a narrow lens, while viewing ourselves through a wide window. Cognitive biases color our perceptions. The halo effect makes one good trait shine over everything, like sunlight making ordinary objects look golden. These biases are shortcuts our minds take to make sense of a complex world. Clinical psychology focuses on healing. It helps diagnose and treat mental health challenges. Like doctors for the heart and mind, clinical psychologists offer hope and understanding to those who struggle in darkness. The DSM is like a guidebook for mental health. It helps professionals understand different conditions. Each description is a map, leading toward better treatment and care, a compass for healing journeys. Cognitive behavioral therapy helps people change thinking patterns, like tending a garden of thoughts, pulling weeds of negativity, planting seeds of healthier perspectives. CBT has helped millions find relief from anxiety and depression. Psychotropic medications can help balance brain chemistry, like adjusting the lighting in a room. They don't solve all problems, but they can create space for healing, space for other therapies to take root. The biopsychosocial model sees health from three angles: biology, psychology, and social factors. Like a three-legged stool, all parts must be considered for true understanding and healing. Behaviorism focuses on how rewards and consequences shape us. Like training a garden to grow in certain directions, reinforcement encourages behaviors to continue. Punishment discourages repetition. This simple principle influences much of our learning. Ivan Pavlov discovered classical conditioning. A bell could make dogs salivate if paired with food. Like teaching the heart to respond to gentle cues, many of our emotional responses are learned through such associations. B.F. Skinner studied operant conditioning, how consequences shape our future actions. Positive results make us likely to repeat behaviors. Negative results make us less likely. This gentle shaping happens constantly in our lives. Albert Bandura showed we learn by watching others. Children copying adults they admire, like young birds learning to fly by observing their parents' wings. Modeling is one of our most powerful teachers. Intrinsic motivation comes from within, the joy of doing something for its own sake. Like a musician playing alone in their room, not for applause, but for the pure love of music. This inner drive creates the deepest satisfaction. Personality psychology explores individual differences, like studying snowflakes under a microscope. Each person has unique patterns of thinking and feeling. These patterns create the beautiful diversity of human experience. The Big Five model describes 5 major personality dimensions: openness to experience, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Like 5 different colors on an artist's palette, each person has their own unique blend, creating their individual personality portrait. Carl Jung introduced introversion and extroversion, like 2 different ways of facing the world. Introverts find energy in solitude. Extroverts find energy in social connection. Both paths lead to rich, meaningful lives. Sigmund Freud described personality in 3 parts. The id wants immediate pleasure. The superego demands moral perfection. The ego balances between them, like a careful mediator seeking harmony. In the internal conversation of self, personality assessments like Myers-Briggs suggest preferences, like discovering whether you prefer sunrise or sunset. These tools offer insights into our natural tendencies, though we remain beautifully complex, beyond any simple category. Emotions are complex psychological states. They involve feelings, body responses, and expressions. Like weather systems in the landscape of consciousness, each emotion brings its own gifts and its own temporary challenges. The James Lang theory suggests emotions follow physical reactions. We feel afraid because our heart races. Like the body speaking to the mind in a language of sensations, teaching us about our internal state. The Cannon-Bard theory proposes emotions and physical reactions happen together, like 2 dancers moving in perfect synchrony. The mind and body respond as one to the music of experience. Maslow's hierarchy shows human needs like a pyramid. Basic needs at the bottom, self-actualization at the top, like climbing a mountain of fulfillment. Each level must be stable before we can reach higher. Intrinsic motivation comes from internal rewards. Extrinsic motivation comes from external rewards. Like the difference between dancing for joy and dancing for applause. Both have their place in human motivation. Neuropsychology studies how brain function affects behavior, like exploring the relationship between hardware and software. The physical brain creates the experience of mind. Each connection, each region, contributes to who we are. Brain injuries can change cognitive and emotional functioning. Like storm damage to a beautiful house, the structure affects how life unfolds within. Understanding this helps us support those whose brains have been altered by injury. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to reorganize itself. Like a river finding new paths around obstacles, new neural connections can form throughout life. This gives hope for recovery and growth, even after injury or in old age. fMRI measures brain activity by detecting blood flow, like watching the brain's metabolism. Areas that work harder need more fuel. This technology lets us see thoughts in action, the living brain revealing its secrets. The corpus callosum connects the brain's two hemispheres. Like a bridge between two cities, it allows the left and right sides to communicate, creating unity from duality, wholeness from separate parts. Health psychology examines how psychological factors affect physical health. The mind and body dance together. Stress can create illness. Hope can promote healing. Our thoughts and feelings shape our physical well-being. Stress can contribute to serious health problems. Like a constant storm wearing away at a coastline, heart disease and diabetes can result. From chronic psychological pressure, the body keeps score of our emotional struggles. The biopsychosocial model understands health holistically. Biology, psychology, and social factors all matter. Like three streams flowing into one river, true healing considers all aspects of human experience. Coping strategies can protect us from stress, problem solving, and seeking social support, like tools in a toolkit for emotional resilience. These skills can be learned and strengthened, building our capacity to weather life's storms. Mindfulness and relaxation techniques improve well-being. Like tending a garden of inner peace, these practices have been scientifically shown to reduce anxiety and depression, creating space for calm in busy lives. Industrial organizational psychology applies psychology to workplaces, like bringing human understanding to professional environments. It helps create better work experiences for millions of people spending their days in offices and organizations. Employee selection often involves psychological testing, like finding puzzle pieces that fit together. The right person in the right role creates satisfaction for both individual and organization, a harmony of skills and needs. Job satisfaction correlates with productivity and retention. Happy employees do better work and stay longer. Like gardens that flourish with proper care, workplace well-being benefits everyone, from individual workers to entire companies. Organizational culture influences employee behavior. Like the atmosphere of a home affecting its residents, positive cultures encourage growth and collaboration. Negative cultures create stress and conflict. The environment shapes the experience. Leadership styles significantly impact team dynamics. Like different conductors leading the same orchestra, some inspire through vision, others through careful guidance. Each style creates its own music. Forensic psychology applies psychological principles to legal contexts, like bringing scientific understanding to courtrooms. It helps bridge the gap between mental health and justice, offering insights into criminal behavior and the minds of those who break laws. Forensic psychologists evaluate competency to stand trial, like determining if someone can participate meaningfully in their own defense. Mental illness can affect understanding. These evaluations protect both justice and the vulnerable. Criminal profiling creates psychological portraits of offenders, like detectives of the mind, analyzing behavioral patterns to understand personality. These profiles can help solve crimes by revealing the psychology behind criminal actions. The insanity defense considers mental illness in criminal responsibility, like acknowledging that severe mental illness can compromise judgment. Not everyone who commits crimes has full control over their actions. Justice must consider the complexities of mental health. Victimology studies crime's psychological effects on victims. Like understanding how trauma ripples through lives, crime affects more than just physical safety. It can shatter trust and peace of mind. Understanding these effects helps in healing. Psychological disorders cause significant distress or impairment. Like storms that disrupt the normal weather of consciousness, they affect patterns of thinking, feeling, and behaving. But they don't define the whole person. Hope for healing always remains. Anxiety disorders are among the most common mental health conditions, affecting millions of people worldwide. Like persistent worry, clouds that won't clear. But with proper treatment and support, these clouds can part to reveal clear skies. Major depressive disorder brings persistent sadness and loss of interest in once pleasurable activities. Like a heavy blanket that muffles joy. But depression is treatable, and the capacity for happiness can return. Schizophrenia affects thinking, perception, and behavior, with symptoms like delusions and hallucinations, like living in a different reality. While this condition is serious, treatment can help people manage symptoms and live fulfilling lives. PTSD can develop after traumatic experiences, like emotional wounds that need time to heal. Witnessing or experiencing trauma can leave lasting marks on the psyche, but healing is possible with proper care. Culture significantly influences psychological processes. Like the soil in which our minds grow, different cultures shape perception and behavior, creating beautiful diversity in human experience and expression. Cross-cultural psychology studies these cultural influences, like anthropologists of the mind, exploring how different societies create different ways of being human. Each culture offers unique wisdom. Individualistic cultures emphasize personal achievement. Collectivist cultures prioritize group harmony. Like different musical styles, each with its own beauty and rhythm, neither is better, just different. Cultural competence is essential for psychologists. Like learning to speak different emotional languages, to truly help people, we must understand their cultural context and respect their unique worldview. Cultural norms shape how emotions are expressed and how people cope with difficulties, like different dance styles expressing the same human feelings. Understanding these differences helps us connect across cultural boundaries. Positive psychology focuses on human strengths, like studying flowers instead of only weeds. It explores what makes life fulfilling rather than only what goes wrong. This shift has opened new paths to well-being. Resilience, optimism, and gratitude are central concepts. Like pillars supporting a happy life, these qualities can be cultivated through practice and intention, building inner strength and joy. Martin Seligman pioneered positive psychology as a formal field. Like planting a garden of human flourishing, his work shifted focus from merely surviving to truly thriving, from problems to possibilities. Positive psychology interventions enhance well-being. Like exercises for the heart and mind, these practices help people find more satisfaction, more meaning, more joy in their daily lives. The PERMA model outlines 5 elements of well-being: positive emotion, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishment. Like 5 ingredients in a recipe for happiness, each element contributes to a rich, fulfilling life. Technology advances are shaping psychological research, like new tools for exploring the mind. Digital methods allow larger studies, more precise measurements, and innovative ways to understand human behavior. Artificial intelligence is being explored for psychological applications, like having digital assistants for mental health. AI might help with assessment and treatment, though it will never replace the human connection at the heart of healing. Virtual reality is being used in therapy. Like creating safe spaces to face fears, VR can treat PTSD and phobias by allowing controlled exposure to situations that need healing. Online therapy platforms expand access to care, like bridges reaching across distances. Technology can connect people with help, even in remote locations, breaking down barriers to mental health support. Interdisciplinary approaches are becoming more common, integrating insights from neuroscience, sociology, and economics, like weaving together different threads to create a richer tapestry of understanding human nature. Ethical guidelines protect research participants, like guardrails on a mountain road. These principles ensure that scientific curiosity never harms the people who help us learn. Informed consent ensures participants understand studies, like reading a map before starting a journey. People deserve to know what they're agreeing to before participating in research. Confidentiality protects privacy, like keeping personal stories safe. What people share for research must be guarded carefully. Trust is the foundation of all psychological work. Deception in research requires special justification. Sometimes temporary deception is necessary, but it can only be used when it causes no harm and when truth is revealed afterward. The APA has established a code of ethics, like a moral compass for psychologists. These guidelines ensure that helping others remains the primary goal of all psychological practice. Mental health is essential for overall well-being. Like the foundation of a house, without good mental health, other aspects of life become harder to manage and enjoy. Early intervention improves mental health outcomes. Like tending to a small crack before it becomes a larger problem, getting help early can prevent more serious difficulties later. Stigma can prevent people from seeking help, like invisible barriers around treatment. When society judges mental illness harshly, people may suffer in silence rather than reach out for support. Mental health awareness campaigns educate and reduce stigma. Like shining light into dark corners, these efforts help people understand that mental health challenges are common and that seeking help is a sign of wisdom, not weakness. Promoting mental health involves creating supportive environments and encouraging open conversations about emotional well-being. Like tending a community garden where everyone can flourish. When we normalize discussions about mental health, we create a world where everyone feels safe to seek the help they need. Sleep now, knowing that understanding grows with each gentle breath.